Or my waves won't, maybe my waves won't wave. My chevrons won't chevron.
Chevrons won't chevron?
I mean, they won't if I forget the decreases.
So, welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We are two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. This is episode 231, I think.
Yep. I literally told you that like 2 minutes ago.
Woohoo! My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
And even though we're recording earlier than usual on a Sunday afternoon, it's already out to lunch. This is great. I currently call Winnipeg, Manitoba home, and Diana currently calls Waterloo, Ontario home. Background noise today brought to you by open windows and living on a main street.
As long as too many sirens don't go by, we'll be good.
It didn't be too bad, but I literally have a bus stop also right outside my building. And by right outside my building, I mean I walk out the front steps of my apartment building to the curb and get on a bus.
Nice.
So you might also hear the bus. Guys, it is what it is. It's under 20 degrees in Winnipeg today. I have all the windows open for fresh air. We also record on a Sunday, so it's not too bad traffic-wise. Weekdays during rush hour, I keep the windows closed. It gets a little loud.
It is 29 degrees here with humidity. It feels like, what was it, 38, 39? I don't know. It feels like a sauna outside, and it makes me sad.
It's like the underside of Hades' balls.
It really is. Like, you just walk outside and it feels like you're walking into a hot, wet towel. Ugh. It's not good.
Ugh. That's gross heat. Gross heat. The occasional motorbike. Whatever. Guys, we're going to talk about knitting and other things. I'm not sure where Diana is in her tinking process so that her chevron.
I'm good. I'm knitting again.
But the tinking was minimal. I don't make show notes. I don't know what comes next. I interrupt things. That's my job.
And I fail to keep us on track. That is my job. Mm-hmm. We've got what's in our cup, merch announcement, I guess that's a segment now. Cool threads, woolly workings, wool gathering, and kniterature. It's more like if we don't talk about right away, you're gonna like start suggestively leading your shirt to the angle so we can get the picture of the yeah.
The
so I guess
let's just came in.
It's important. Yeah, I got merch samples. So here I'm wearing a shirt. Because guaranteed somebody's going to notice the shirt and be like, what is this shirt?
What is this shirt?
So yeah, we have a merch shirt. It has the logo on the left shoulder. I guess I can stand up and scrape. Okay. But yes, shirt. Oh, okay. Gotta stand further back. Shirt is long. Long shirt is long.
I'm very excited
about the length. Long.
I'm very excited by that length. Yep. Okay, I didn't think I needed a shirt, but now I think I need a shirt.
So for reference, this is a medium, and I'm like 5'6", 5'7". So that's one thing. The other thing is, I'm leaning on it. Pillow for ergonomics.
I just want the pillow because it's cute.
And it says, don't forget to knit on the other side. It is the perfect size for sticking behind you in a chair, because I always have a pillow behind me in this chair. Usually I steal one of the pillows from the couch downstairs, but now I've got a dedicated podcast pillow for podcasting.
Diana.
What?
Your brother-in-law, the mysterious Mr. B, who made our logo.
Yeah.
He needs a pillow.
Yeah.
He'll be tickled pink. He needs a pillow.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It just occurred to me while you were showing off the pillow, and I went, you know who would really love that? It'd be delightful.
Oh, yes. B. Obviously, he gets any of the merch that he wants as well. And I mean, we kind of just stuck his logo on a bunch of stuff and we're selling it now, and we didn't actually ever talk to him about that. So you should probably get some of the profits too, maybe.
Gotta get something for it. He did do the doodle for us.
He did, and it's a really good looking doodle.
He's always so delightfully tickled when he uses the logo mug. So I think that needs to happen. I think we need to make sure he's got some stuff.
Yes.
I really don't want to add to his t-shirt collection though.
There are other choices. There are many other choices.
Other choices.
There are mugs, there are pillows, there are bags, there are sweaters, and whoops, as I punch the microphone.
It wouldn't be a podcast if you didn't punch the microphone at least once. Face masks.
We have masks. And they've even got the bendy nose things so you can like bend it closed around. Wow, they're adjustable. I can make these bigger because they're currently too small for my ears. Okay.
You're the only one who's wearing that mask.
Okay, here we go. Oh, now I made it too loose. Anyway, they're adjustable. Ta-da! And it goes like way up and way down, and podcast logo. Ta-da! So yeah, we have merch. Even more importantly, guys, Dinah's gonna make the store live during the cast-on for the cast-on party this coming Friday. So you too will be able to have merch should you so desire. Okay, it's warm.
You have a face.
It's got kind of an aggressive tag on the inside. I'm gonna have to trim that off.
It's an aggressive tag. Okay, good.
Well, it's very large and it sticks like right here, like almost up your nose.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to trim that off.
That is aggressive.
Anyway, everything else about the mask is great, just not the tag.
Probably not meant to keep the tag on.
Probably not.
Or at least I never keep tags on. I always trim them nice and down so it's nice and snug and it's not a pain in the butt and in the way. Okay, I have to decide what I want.
Yep. So yeah, merch store going live on Friday during the cast-on party. At some point.
Sure, that works.
Some point.
We get on.
We like some point, right?
We remember this is the thing we were going to do. Probably.
Yeah, it'll be like an hour in, and somebody will be like, "So merch store," and we'll be like, "Oh yeah."
Super on brand for us. I feel like very vague and nebulous plans, so it's good. It's good. I like it. All right. We should probably continue on with other things that we're doing as well too. I'm going to talk about what's in my cup.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because if I keep talking about merch, I'm going to be sad that I don't have any yet. In my Nightmare Before Christmas mug, I have some mocha mint tea from Yerba Mate. I'm going to actually show you guys the box here. How do I take a sip? Because it's good tea.
God damn it, I did it again.
Matte Factor. It's Matte Factor Yerba Mate tea. Listen, guys, this is from a local just outside of Winnipeg. I forget what they call themselves, a cooperative. Oh, they make several different flavors and stuff. So like I like their stuff. Their mocha mint is one of my favorites, but I also like their lemongrass and the only one I haven't tried is their extreme energy. I feel like I don't need quite that much green tea caffeine in my life.
That does seem like quite a lot.
It's a bit more than I think is necessary for either me or my panic attacks, but I do enjoy their flavors and stuff. So I was telling Diana, I have some wonderful smelling chai tea, but we're not quite at chai tea drinking season. We'll be there
at least
shortly.
1 more week for that.
Yeah. We'll be there shortly, just not quite yet. All right. I only have 2 beverages on my desk, not 4. And everybody knows about my love of ginger ale.
Also in some podcast merch, I went and plucked some herbs outside from my garden and made my own herbal tea. So this is a random assortment of mint, oregano, and lemon balm. And the exact balance needs some work. It's very mint with smells of oregano. I need to work on my tea blending skills. It's fine.
You're saying you're not a professionally trained tea blender?
That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying I could do probably 1 peppermint leaf because peppermint is very strong, and maybe more oregano and definitely more lemon balm because I don't taste it at all.
What I like doing when I grew herbs was growing spearmint because then you can just chew on it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked doing that.
I could do that, but but there's tea. There's tea to be made.
There's tea to be made, which is great. No, I think it's lovely that you're experimenting with the herbs outside. What was I posting earlier today? That you could freeze pesto? I had no idea you could do that.
You can freeze a lot of things.
I'm going to. I have a deep freezer, and it is fall harvesty season. I would like to fill it with fall harvesty frozen goodness that I can enjoy well into winter and spring. Savvy viewers will have noticed that I'm wearing knits. What?
Jealous of it being cool enough to wear knits.
I'm also in a very lightweight summer dress. So lightweight summer dress, less than 20 degrees, open windows with a breeze. I can sit comfortably in my Simple Hug, my Halloween edition Simple Hug from Cozy Up Knits. It's their pattern. And be quite delightfully not too warm and not too cold because, well, I'm sans pants today, guys. So I made, I think this is a size 2 with fingering held double for this edition. So it's not oversized. It is kind of like an A-line semi-fit to it, which is my preferred cardigan fit. Cardigan fit? Cardigan sweatery fit? I either like them really fitted or like semi-loose, but I don't like the baggy styles on me. Like I don't like the oversized look on me. So I don't make them. This one's only got elbow-ish length sleeves because that's all the yarn I had left because it was a scrap sweater. So that's what I did.
I mean, when do you ever wear full length sleeves anyway? Like you just push them up to be elbow length anyway.
9 times out of 10 they push up to my elbows anyway, so it was totally fine. Full winter, like the depths of winter, sleeves get tugged all the way down because then you want the sleeve cuff of mitten coverage.
Yes.
Because I can't stick both my hands in my pockets. One hand has to be out at all times to hold the cane.
Mm-hmm.
So that had to be a thing. So for the light fall wearing season, which is what we're slowly sliding into here in Manitoba, technically it also counts as content because I had to weave in ends.
Ooh.
Are they all woven in? No, but if you guys are looking at the inside of my cardigan in the armpits, you know me really well, or you have bought me more than one dinner. Otherwise, that is a little close to my personal space. Please back off. But I did weave in the ends that everybody can see. So the ones where the sleeves end at the bottom of the body of the cardigan, and then the random stitch I dropped.
Okay.
It away and dealt with it too, because apparently I'd done that at some point, like way down, like way down. I dropped a stitch. I didn't notice. I finished the sweater, was sewing it up, crocheting on the edging, and I went, oh, I dropped a stitch.
Well, hey. Look at that.
Worked great. So took care of that too. So that's fine. All done and dealt with. But that is what I've been wearing because we're just about into full thread season.
Blech.
One day you will get there.
Stay to the outside.
But you'll have a glorious long fall. And a
I know.
nice
I want the glorious long fall now. I want it to be gloriouser and longer.
Yeah, we're not quite there
yet. All right.
I know the kids go back to school end of next week and we're forecasting highs of 24 or more.
Gross. I guess that means it's time to talk about what we're working on.
Sure, works for me.
I believe you have one more thing than I do, so you get to start.
Woohoo! All right. There's a brown paper bag on this desk with me, guys. So last week I had one hot pad because I was making hot pads for myself. This week I now have 2 hot pads. Two, just for me. Just for me.
A whole set.
I have a set of matching hot pads. Who am I, you guys? I really wanted them done. This is a nice, quick, easy project. So I have done. So I'm going to weigh them to get the yardage for Stash Dash, which is almost over. And take the photo and put them in the Stash Dash record. and then call that finished. I still have a lot of leftover handcrafter cotton, so like I'll be making something else out of it, because that's just how that works for me. Because I can get 4 hot pads and like 2 or 3 dishcloths out of one of the big balls. So I'll keep making more, but I don't have to make any more right now. I have a matched set, which is fine. That was the goal, as the case may be. I have 3 other things. I don't know. We've got 2 things, 3 things. Am I doing another
3 things.
thing? Okay, I don't have to do another thing.
No, you don't have to. Oh no, it's out of my reach. Okay, 1 second. Okay,
dead air.
That's
exactly what everybody tunes in for.
Okay, I made glorious progress on the socks of guilt and shame. It is ready for a cuff.
Oh
it just needs a cuff.
That's amazing progress.
And I was
so
like,
good.
So I was measuring these as I'm working on them last night. And like, hang on, this is the wrong side to show this. So I've got the heel hinge lined up, right?
Yeah.
But the left sock, or maybe it's the right sock, I don't know if this wiggly sock here is distinctly shorter than the other sock. And I'm very confused by this, because I was highly sus last night, which is why I stopped knitting on them and didn't finish the cuff. But I got Mr. Diana to try them on today, and they both fit, and they're the same height, but they're distinctly not the same length, and I just don't understand how that works. Anyway, they passed the fit test, so I just need to stick a cuff on this one, and it'll probably get finished later today or tomorrow.
Beautiful.
And then the socks of guilt and shame will be done.
Excellent. Excellent.
Oh, evil laughing is apparently not in the books today.
Nope, it's not.
Anyway, this gorgeous yarn is part of the year-long sock club from Fireweed Fiber Co. This was, I don't remember what month, but it was red-breasted nuthatch. The speckly browns and grays and creams with the brown solid for contrast. We're
getting this beautiful, glorious bird-themed sock collection. Neither one of us are birders. Like,
not in the slightest. The colors are pretty.
The colors are pretty. That's how.
They're pretty.
After that, guys, didn't even know there was a bird called that.
So when I finish those socks, then I can work on the Diana socks, which are haunting me in the back corner over there. They're staring at me. I can see them on every single video call. They sit there and judge me. Like, why don't you love us? And I do love you. I just can't work on you right now. I'm being judged by these guilt and shame socks.
Hey, get your cuff done tonight or tomorrow, and then you are off to the races, and you can work on Diana socks.
I'm excited.
Oh my goodness. All right. In an overabundance of I know better, I know better, injured my back. Do not send me sympathy. Do not feel bad for me. Laugh at me like Diana's doing right now. Did it to myself.
No sympathy is required here.
No sympathy is required here, people.
There is no sympathy required.
None. None.
But much snickering.
Much snickering, much laughter. I have to call Mother after this. There will be more laughter. It's just do not feel bad for me, guys. Do not feel bad for me at all. So, because I was very limited in motion, bathroom and bedroom, I lied down most the last 24 hours have been on my back. I didn't have a lot to reach for, so for the little bit that I was conscious, I was like, that's it. The only knitting thing in my bedroom right now was the toe of the socks that were going to become a coffee date socks. I did not. I hurt too much to do patterning. I just wanted something when I was up and able to sit up for a bit that I could work on and put down and fall asleep and roll over on it, and it would be fine, right? So they're vanilla socks.
Nothing wrong with a good vanilla sock.
So I have been working on, and I didn't even get that much work done on it because I think it was like I messaged Diana yesterday. I was like, so I have one project so far this week, which was the hot pads.
Oh gosh.
That I could talk about. So I was like, okay, I gotta work on something. So here's my red-breasted nuthatch sock yarn with no contrast toe, because these were originally going to be patterned socks and they're not anymore. But that's okay. So I'm slowly making my way up the foot of the sock. It's not that I don't love Nikkieknits patterns. I do. I own several now. I did not have the brain for it. I did not have the brain for it. And I think tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm going to solve my lack of sock needle problem, and I'm just going to go buy a couple more sock needle sets so that I can have more than 1 or 2 pairs of socks on the go at the time.
That sounds like a good solution.
I think, so that I don't have to be like, I want a vanilla sock because I like the brownie roundy, but I also want pattern socks. So 2 sock needles is not enough. I knew it wasn't enough. I knew it was going to be a problem. And now that we've reached the crux of this problem, and it's not, guys, I technically own 3, but one sock needle set is actually in fingerless glove pattern project right now. So that means I need another set anyway, so it's fine. I also need to do a gauge fletch test tonight because I think I need to go buy another set of 4mm needles. None of this conversation involves finishing a project. I'm not suggesting that for myself. I am not limiting myself to that concept. I will talk about what I'm going to be casting on here in the next year or so, like very, very shortly, because it's in this section. But I don't have a shawl 2/3 done. Does that make sense? I don't have a shawl that is over that halfway mark where if I just pushed for a day or two, I could be done with it. They're all in that first 50% range. So like, it would take me a whole week to finish, and I need to stop the shawls that aren't work shawls to work on this project because it's sample knit for Erin. So it's higher on the priority queue.
Right.
So I'm like, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Now I might have a set of 4mm in the older knit picks that are still in good enough condition to use. So I might be able to just cast on tonight, I'm hoping. But I need to hope my brother-in-law shows up today to help take away boxes and get my skein winder and my Swift down, because they're at the top of this and I can't lift my arms that high. That's my back hurts. Which again, no sympathy, I didn't have it myself.
Oh.
So I need a rescue so I can wind the arm. Guys, I'm doing great.
This judgment face.
Please, I have so thoroughly earned judgment face, it's not even funny. Super earned it, guys. So earned.
Well, I hope it was worth it.
Yes, it was. 10 out of 10 would recommend, even with the back pain. Oh goodness. All right. But that is how we ended up having a vanilla sock. This is because I'm a doink, is what it is. I'm a doink. I did not think through my idea. I lived in the moment, and now I'm paying for that moment. All right. I have 2 more things I can talk about.
So do I. I guess it's my turn to talk about a thing. Sure, I'm in the middle of a row, but why not? So you know how we have that knit along that we even extended a whole month?
Did you see the second finished sweater someone has done? And the exploration
station? Third finished sweater? Like somebody, like
ooh, sirens. Something like
so I've done like 2 more rows since last week. This is nowhere near done. I haven't even used all of the skeins yet. No, yes, I have, because I finished I finished 1 full repeat of the color bands, or the pattern bands, whatever. So this is obviously not done. It's not going to be done by Tuesday. It's just not happening. This here being the Moherino Medley by Stephen West, which is a 5-skein behemoth of a shawl. And it's glorious and I love it. It's just not apparently getting done inside of 4 months. I think mostly because there's other things that I wanted to work on more. Like I was really gung ho about this in March when it started, but then we had socks and there were shawls and I think I finished something else and I don't know. There was just other stuff.
We didn't start socks till the 1st of July, so I'm gonna have to feel like that excuse is not gonna fly in this particular situation.
I had birthday socks though, that the socks of guilt and shame were supposed to be June birthday socks.
Right. Yeah.
So there was that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a fail of a knit along, but a glorious project that will get finished someday. Ooh. Someday in the nebulous future times.
Listen, I pointed out that you still completed 2 knit-alongs. One of them was an KAL this year, so you're still 50% better than you were last year. And when you're done the Mr. Diana sock, that counts for the summer sock-alongs. So technically, that's 3 of 4 that you started and finished on time.
Yeah, and like this is just massive. This is gonna be like 5-6 feet long when I'm done. Like, this is huge.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. And that one we knew was always sort of a stretch goal. I kept punching the mic.
I gotta stop punching this
Guys, my voice is so loud and I talk and project so well that my microphone lives up here in the corner. And we have to have it that far away so that you can hear me and it's not just me.
Meanwhile, I like to go all ASMR all up in the microphone. Yeah, no.
When I do that, I sound like I should be on a 1-800 phone line for adults. It's not good.
I should try and put this like above, maybe. Anyway, I'm not going to do that now because that would just be even more noisy.
We'll fiddle with it for next week. We'll fiddle with it before the live.
Yeah.
That never causes problems.
Well, this does not involve electronics in any way. This is purely
adjustments, physical adjustments.
Physical adjustments. It has nothing to do with hardware or like it has nothing to do with software. Honestly, for the live, I might go back to my headset because if I take that off and walk away, nothing disconnects. And the sound quality is still like good enough.
Don't walk away. Just don't walk away. It's not that big a deal.
There's also that. But like sometimes you gotta walk away, you know? Sometimes some stuff happens. Good grief, I have a lot of notifications on my phone.
I always do. Unless somebody's dying, it's not super necessary. We're good. All right. So, do I talk about the thing I have to cast on immediately, or do I talk about the new design project that we're only talking about because otherwise I really don't have anything this week that I can talk about? There's a check-in on Wednesday. Oh my God. We've reached that last episode, the last podcast before the next check-in with Louise, where I'm starting to panic pretty hard. Let's talk about the thing in the flower bag.
Okay.
Every time this flower bag is even remotely on screen, this beautiful water printed 60s floral print baggie, everybody gets excited about the bag. Everybody wants to know what's in the bag. Everybody wants to see the bag. Well, okay, it's Louise. Louise loves the bag. Louise wants to know what's going on in the bag.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag? And I'm always like, I can't talk about it because it's the start of a design project. And this is how I started the design project. I have 2 skeins of shawl and a ball that are the same color thingy. Lot, name. I wound it into a massive ball.
Nice, I like it.
Massive ball. This is how we started. Because, well, it needed to happen. So wound it into a ball, and I said at some point I'm going to cast it on. So I stuck a pair of needles in the bag. You can see there's a shawl growing out here, which means we've casted it on. Is there a plan? There's never a plan when I start shawls, guys. You have to understand there's no plan. If there's a plan, it takes me forever to find the yarn I want for it. But if there's no plan, I just cast on. I do a stitch pattern till I'm bored, and then I change to a new stitch pattern till I'm bored.
Fair.
So I wondered about the rotational system for the Endless Summer Shawl. It's because I did something till I was bored, and then I stopped and did something else. Oh, that works. That's because of all the shawl patterns where I've written it out and done all the math. None of the yarn I have is right. So it's never ending for me. But I've started this. It doesn't have a name. It needs to be blocked. It's an asymmetrical shawl. And so far it's just been garter and pearl sections. Because look at that sparkle. I don't know if it's coming through on screen.
Not super sparkly, but I can see the texture.
Yeah, but hold on, like in person. It's acrylic, and it's got, I would almost say almost like a, maybe possibly a chain ply construction, but they have, with the yarn itself, with the acrylic thread yarn, yeah, acrylic yarn, they have essentially a strand of tinsel, best I can tell, that is, I would almost say gold stellina, and its sparkle radiation, like it's silver, but silver stellina doesn't always show up really boldly as a sparkle. Like you get a sparkle, but it's not like in your face sparkle. This is more of
like a fairy dust as opposed to like bling.
Yeah, this is closer to bling than fairy dust. So okay. I didn't, between that and the fact that the yarn changes colors because it's got a gradient coloration going on, I didn't want anything with like intricate lace patterning, or because in person you're going to lose it to the sparkle. Because of the sparkle and because of the texture, like the color variation that you're getting in the shawl itself, I'm keeping it simple for me anyway. And I wanted something solid because it's got such a nice pretty sparkle to it. I wanted it to be my fancy solid shawl for like your winter Christmas parties or those friend Thanksgiving dinners where you want something that's a little blingy, like going to the theater where you want it to be just a touch more because you're not going to the theater or the symphony, but you don't want to be like over the top. It's -30 and I'm wearing a ball gown craziness. You just want something. So that's what this is sort of fulfilling for me right now. Do I know what the rest of it's going to look like? No, I just know it's an asymmetrical shawl. We're not. And because I've sent Asa my notes, poor Asa. I now have to start knitting this thing faster because she'll be ready for the next section before I'm done. Because that is how Asa works. She's faster than I am. Asa doesn't have deadline knitting for check-ins this month, I don't think. I don't think she's participating this month. So
I think Asa is not trying to produce content for like 2 different podcasts.
True story. She's also not prepping for Halloween Craft All the Things on her own channel, so I know there's things I got going on.
Okay, so you're trying to do podcast content for 3 podcasts.
Plus finish putting all of the stuff away and not enough space. So I'm also constantly playing real life Tetris at the moment still. Yeah, cool. This is how my life works. Keeps me busy, guys. When I can get out of bed.
Keeps you out of trouble?
Yes, it does keep me out of trouble. All right, which just leaves me the stuff in the brown paper bag to talk about. So you're up.
Okay, I have a thing. So here on the floor. So, everybody in the Discord, the Patreon Discord has been like, I'm working on this sweater and this sweater and this sweater. And look at this beautiful sweater that I'm going to start making.
Sherry
like,
sweater?
Gosh,
Sherry
yes.
sweater in white?
So, you know what? Gosh darn it. I pulled this out and I did. Gosh darn it. Gosh. So I did one whole round on the 8-bit sweater.
You know what? It counts.
1 round is content.
1 round.
So I can hold this up. So in case for folks who have not been seeing the sweater for like a year now.
Coon's age.
It's been actually, I have to hold it back here. It's too big. This is the 8-bit sweater. It was part of a mystery knit along last year that's we were doing really well on until that like last chart.
to that last chart.
Something,
the last two
something
ones.
about attaching the sleeves, and we all just like fell apart.
Yeah, both of us were like, and face plant.
But you know, it's pretty great. I'm excited about it. It's got Zelda stuff, Pac-Man stuff, and Mega Man, and lots of Mario and some Tetris. And this sleeve is different. There's more Mario, and the alien space shooter one that I have just forgotten the name of is not just Aliens or something, because that's a movie that's like trademarked. Invaders, Space Invaders. There we go. Space Invaders.
That's what you're saying. We even slept.
And the current chart, after having attached the sleeves, is video game controllers, which I have modified very slightly in my Knit Companion app, because the game controllers were part of they were actually the logo for some kind of, I think it's the Child's Play charity, which is great, but I want regular game controllers on my sweater. So I moved where some of the buttons were. I took 4 dots and I moved them over there. Big pattern modifications. That's fine.
I'm just ahead of you. I'm into the decreases towards the ribbing of the neckline.
What else is there to say? It's a free pattern by, I don't remember now. Lattes and Llamas? Lattes, something like that. It'll be linked in the show notes, of course. And Mr. Diane is very excited about something.
Okay.
He's speaking with great enthusiasm.
Oh, we are excited about something then.
What was I saying? Oh, and I'm doing this out of Knit Picks.
Wool of the Andes.
Wool of the Andes? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, look at that. It is wool of, thank you for remembering what yarn I chose for this. I do not remember the colors. The light color was like oyster or something.
Yes.
Does it even say on here?
You had oyster and then you
Midnight
had
Heather. It was Midnight Heather. I remember that one.
Yeah. I remember oyster.
Because it's weird. Like, is that an oyster color? I guess so. I don't know.
Sure. I don't know. Oysters come in many colors, but
I mean, technically this thing is like cream and blue, but whatever, it looks black and white. It's fine.
Yeah, well, mine's cream and gray. So it's fine. So what you're saying is I should pick mine up.
If you want. I mean, I did 1 row, so ooh. Well, watch out, I'll catch up.
We do occasionally challenge each other on Discord, and I try to make it as fair as possible.
And then I get distracted by something shiny and don't do the thing that I was challenged on. At all, whatsoever.
You've made it all the way through Boyfriend Dungeon, and I'm only halfway through my first playthrough, so you have your priorities straight. I'm going to change the angle at which I lean. And I'm good to go for a while longer. All right, so there's a pattern on Ravelry. It is called Winter on My Mind. It is meant to be a lace pattern, so you do it with a lace weight yarn. I own the pattern. I like the pattern. I have wound skeins of yarn to make the pattern. I haven't casted it on yet. Why? There's no reason. I just haven't done it. And I was talking to the Erin, like you do. And I was pointing out to her that we needed to showcase her mohair yarn. Because it's really pretty, but everyone's like, but I don't want to hold it double in a sweater, and sometimes it's really hard to think of what to do with the yarn if it isn't something you haven't already seen. And I went, what if we made it into, because mohair is a lace weight. Because mohair's a light fingering lace weight. That's the thickness of yarn. What if we took some mohair, like say this magnolia mohair that I have in my hands right now.
Oh, it's so fluffy. I definitely thought that was spinning fiber.
Yeah, it's mohair. And held it up
fluffy
with like, say, a really pretty solidy color in a fingering.
Oh.
And what if I made a Winter on My Mind out of this? It's a sample.
Which one's Winter on My Mind?
It is by Melanie Berg, I believe. I will pull up a picture of it for everybody to see here in a few moments. I just gotta put the ball end back on
I
here.
know
So
you've like made one or at least started one, or we've talked about it extensively. I
we've
just don't
talked about
remember
it
which one it is.
extensively because I bought yarn for it the one time we went to Knit City. I bought 2 skeins of lace weight to make one.
Oh, I even remember that.
Yeah.
And I do not remember what this pattern is.
Because it's not a lace, like an in-depth. Hang on, I'm trying to type at the same time. And when I do that and talk, I do not spell it correctly.
Please hold.
Please hold. So here we go. Now, can I get one that, yeah, we'll just do this one because it's the front one. So this is when on my mind. I opened it up so it's just the picture, so people who see it
really blown out.
Yeah, I know. It's because it's my screen's so bright,
Mm.
so that I can see to function. Okay. How is that?
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
So it's got like holes and stripes and stuff.
Yeah, it's not a you need a degree in lace knitting to manage this shawl. Super complex lace shawl. But I think with the mohair, I don't know how that's doing. With the mohair and the lace and the fingering weight yarn, I think that'll look great.
So it's the plan that you're gonna do like a solid and then stripe the two and then hold them double for the lace, or what's the plan there?
I'm going to let the mohair just be the mohair, so it'll have a nice airy drape in the mohair section, and then just have the fingering on fingering. So I need to do a gauge swatch on 4mm to see what I get for gauge on a 4mm on the fingering and a 3.75, and see if I can go down to the 3.75 because my lace at 3.74. Okay, so when a lot of people knit lace at 3.25mm or 3mm, I generally get gauge on a 3.75.
Okay.
But you have to remember when everybody else is knitting fingering at a 3.5 to like a 3.75, I'm like a 4mm to a 4.5mm for gauge. I'm fingering, guys, because that's just how tight I knit. So that's going on for me. So I need to do a couple of gauge swatches tonight just to check to make sure I've got the right thing going on. Because, yeah, she uses a US 3 to 3.25mm. And if I was to do that with fingering, it'd be way too dense. Way too dense. But I might get it because she's got, I like how they do this, lace question mark?
Lace question mark? What's question mark about the lace?
I don't know. It's 12 stitches and 24 rolls, 2 inches and garter blocked. 2 inches a stitch, 2 inches and an inch, 2 stitches and an inch, no, 2 inches in garter stitch blocked. I have a heck of a time understanding this instruction. She should have 12 inches, 12 stitches over 4 inches. I'm actually gonna have to read somebody else's notes because that doesn't make sense to me, but that's fine. A lot of times very little makes sense to me. Anyway, I gotta do that, so I gotta find my stuff. But Erin literally dropped this off Wednesday, Thursday, because we went to the farmer's market Thursday morning because we went to the downtown one.
Mm-hmm.
So she dropped it off on Thursday, and the Manitoba Fibre Festival is on the 18th, like the weekend of the 18th. I will not have.
Oh, so you need that like.
I will not have it done for the Fibre Festival. Nope. It's like, even if it was the only thing I worked on, nope, I can't. I'm fast. I'm not that fast. But I told her I could. So get used to seeing this, guys, because it's going to be my primary evening project till it's done. But I hope I can get it done shortly after that, so she can take it to Knit City Mini, because she's going to Knit City as a vendor. I'm like, it might just be like off the needles, you have to weave in the ends, it's in the car and you're gone. But that's a date I could meet realistically.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I have got to gauge swatch tonight. I've got to, or go back in my notes because I've gauge swatched for the what was that sweater I want to start fingering in her yarn?
I can't help you. That's like all of them.
Well, yes. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So I have it in a bag. I've got the gauge swatch done and I've got the notes. So I might check my notes because if my gauge swatch and if the needles are still in the bag, I'll use those needles, which just ups the odds that my gauge swatch will be the same.
Yeah,
and the
problem
mohair
solved. And I mean, it's
drapey.
It's just a shawl, so if it's a little off, no.
At the end of the world, or if it's like a little, if the stitch count, like it would do better if I want a smaller needle a little bit, I'll just use a 3.75 needle and be done with it and start going. So I will check my notes and stuff tonight, but oh boy, that's a big shawl. It's nearly 1,000 yards. I need to get going on that bad boy real fast.
Ooh,
Yay.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's 800 plus yards. So like I need to haul keister, but my daytime is for my work stuff. So that is strictly evening stuff because my daytime is the stuff I generally don't talk about here because it's work. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Except for this week, just before check-ins, in which case all of the work and editing and everything else I do is done while I'm madly crafting for a check-in.
May I suggest spreading out the crafting so it's not madly crammed into 1 week?
Yes.
I will suggest this, knowing that I also do not do that. So,
and the months that I have been successful at this check-in thing have been because I did that. The months where I have struggled with it is because I have not done that. So I understood this. I also knew I was moving and that this was how it was going to be.
Well, yeah.
This month was just going to be a Russian roulette game. There's just no telling what was going to go on.
It might be done. It might not. I might get lots of stuff done. I might have nothing.
Yeah, there was just no way to tell. So everybody will find out shortly on that one. On the bright side, though, now we know what I have to panic cast on and start working on immediately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're done with things I'm working on.
Yay.
Woo. I actually heard him on the microphone that time. It's quite loud today.
They're laughing about something Star Trek. I don't know.
Oh, maybe his brother and him
I heard
about Star Trek puzzles?
I don't know. I just heard the word Bajoran.
Cool. That is definitely a Star Trek.
Oh, now we're talking about Cardassians. I don't know.
We're definitely into Star Trek mode.
Definitely Star Trek.
Trek mode. All right. On the bright side, it does bring us to wool gathering, which is all you.
Oh boy. As always, if you would like to financially support this absolute nonsensical shenaniganery, multi-syllable word. I don't know if it's a real word, but it is now.
Okay.
You can do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. There are 3 tiers of support. Any tier of support will get you into our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all times of the day, enabling each other into doing all sorts of casting on and occasionally finishing, but mostly just casting on more pretty things, and also buying lots of yarn from Erin because she makes really pretty yarn that we all love.
We do.
You will also get early access to bonus content when we make it. There's no schedule for that. It's just, hey, we made bonus content, and you get early access to that. We also do bi-weekly-ish Experimental Tuesday blog posts, which usually involve cooking something experimental. Occasionally, it involves doing something that is not food related experimentally, but usually it's food. And at the higher tiers of support, we do a monthly e-knit-in. That usually happens on the second last Saturday of the month. However, in September, that would be landing on the Manitoba Fibre Festival, and Jocelyn will be occupied helping Erin at her booth. So we are going to be doing it a week earlier on September the 11th at noon Manitoba time.
You got it all.
I remembered all of the things. I think so.
For Patreon? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think that's all the Patreon things. Hey, I did okay this week.
Which is good. I don't know if it helps or not that I literally looked at my knitting and tried to tune you out.
I stared very resolutely at the brand name on my camera while I did that.
Good plan. Good plan. As always, we super understand that budgets are a real thing that a lot of us have to deal with. And if you can't financially support us, liking, commenting, subscribing to the YouTube channel, and joining us on other social media platforms is also a great way to not only connect with us and the community, but to help support in the ways that you can. So we have several communities. We are on the Instagrams. We are in a Facebook group. That's right, we've got one of those. And primarily we're on here. Are we on other platforms? Privately, yes, as personal individuals, but not as a podcast itself. Though you are more than welcome to come lightly internet stalk us because we enjoy everyone's company. So we enjoy everyone's company. Having said that, and all that fun stuff on, let's get on to the laundry list of knit-alongs we are currently doing.
Hey, the laundry list is about to get a little shorter.
Shorter, yeah. Because Diana wanted an extra month because she was darn well going to finish that shawl. The Spring Cleaning KAL will be wrapping up
I gosh darn did not
month.
finish that shawl.
The hashtag for your entries for that one is hashtag NKP Spring Cleaning KAL, KAL. It is for the big Behemoth projects, as always, adult-sized items. And then anything that uses 4 skeins or more. If you've got a 3 skein project you think qualifies as a behemoth of a project, send me a message on Instagram, just privately DM me or post a comment and tag me so I can find it and ask. And odds are pretty good, I'll probably say yes. So once those are all in, the great wonderful Elsa will start poking me relentlessly. Guys, if you're wondering about the for the podcast anniversary, she's still poking me. They're there. I gotta do it. Why I probably should not be in charge of these things because I forget there's things that need to happen. For those of us who like timely prices, don't worry, for the summer sock along, which started on the 1st of July and also runs to the end of next month, this month. Wait, July, August, September. So yeah, end of this month. End of this month is for sock whips. So I have my entry in if I can find Erin to bind off for me before Wednesday. And 3 months have gone by since we started. Watch Diana go, what?
Yeah, what? How have I not even finished a pair of vanilla socks? What am I doing with my life? How do I call myself a knitter? What am I?
I don't know, but it's been 3
Why
months.
am I a podcaster? Why? I can't finish a pair of vanilla socks in 3 months. Why am I a podcaster?
I wasn't sure I would finish a pair of socks in 3 months because we've seen how long it takes me to finish a pair of socks from time to time. It's probably because
we call ourselves podcasters.
I have big plans and then reality strikes. It's a problem for me. I think it is because you probably went, oh, I have plenty of time and socks don't take that long, which is a lie. Socks are a lot of knitting.
They really are. I can do it in a few days if I'm really dedicated, but I have to be really dedicated, and I just have not been really dedicated to anything whatsoever in the last, year and a half.
It's been a thing. It's been a thing. I'm going to be kind and let you claim that 1.5-year time scale. And
You'd think at that time the one thing I would be dedicated to is knitting, and you're just like, no, I'm just gonna stare at the ceiling. That seems like a good thing to do for an hour.
We won't bring up your wedding shawl, which I think you finished under duress of tight timelines and 4 people bugging you constantly about it.
Oh, that was so much duress. That was maximum duress.
Otherwise, that would not have gotten done on time. The Wonder Woman shawl, which you finished the last day of the Comic-Con that you were going to have to wear it for.
Yep. I knitted on it while we were shopping.
Yep. You were dedicated and very little sleep. You were determined to reach that deadline.
I did it.
Mm-hmm. So I understand that we're here fairly regularly. I'm the same way, so no judgment on my part. I do it all the time to myself. It's fine. I know what I'm doing. On the bright side, it does mean that we're ever closer to prizes. For the summer sock along, the hashtag to use on Instagram is hashtag NKP Summer Sock Along. It's important that you guys use the right hashtag for this one because I'm not doing the prizing, guys.
We need to be able to find you.
We have to be able to find you. The amazing and wonderful Nikkieknits, who is the reason behind this knit along this year, because she was releasing patterns this summer with our names on it because they were inspired by us. The Diana and Jocelyn sock have both come out. I own the pattern. It's the other reason I need more sock needles so I can put it on my needles. Things that need to happen for me. And she has offered up a pattern or two, I can't remember, in AE format for everybody for prizing entries. And I'm hoping, depending on how it goes and how many entries we got, I'll probably try to sneak in a prize for someone if I can. So we've got that going on. And then just in case you thought we were done, oh no, we're not. Because starting the 1st of September, which technically the cast on parties for the 3rd of September, not the 5th. I know Diana caused confusion last week. Don't worry, guys.
I'm so sorry. Because the live episode is on the 5th, the cast on party is on the 3rd,
yeah.
3rd.
My check-in is on the 1st with Louise. There's a lot going on this week. So the 1st of September is the technical cast on for the winter gear KAL, which is hashtag NKP winter gear GEAR with the KAL. It does not need to be knitting. It absolutely can be crochet. We just had to pick letters. Those are the ones we picked. And for that, any winter accessory is going to count. Again, adult sized. If you happen to have a kid who fits adult small accessories and stuff, totally counts. Knit for your kid. Please, please, absolutely craft for children. We draw the line at children versus adult. The only other rules for that one is color work-ish, which means it has to look like color work, not chevrons, not stripes, but color work itself. So you got your usuals, color work. The stranded color work absolutely counts in a color work KAL. Double knitting would count because it also looks like color work. Intarsia, mosaic, you get the idea. If you've got any questions, feel free to post and ask, and we'll absolutely get you guys a response for it. As long as you don't post in Ravelry. Also watches Ravelry for us. We are bad for checking it. Neither one of us are thread people, either in our work or in our private lives. So that is how that works. What else we got going on? We've got the lives, but that's it for the KALs. So, which is okay because the KALs bleed into the lives. So for the 1st of September, which is this coming Wednesday, oh my God. When you guys see this, I'm going to be in the last few hours panic crafting. To myself. I have a check-in with the wonderful Louise on her YouTube channel, Wildflower and Wool. It is our monthly check-in to see how we're doing on our goals. I'm hoping we both did amazing at this point, because this is now future Jocelyn's problem to deal with, because current Jocelyn will be past Jocelyn and she won't quite care so much anymore. So that is going on. And then on the coming Friday, which will be Friday the 3rd of September at noon Manitoba time, we're going to do the live cast on party for the winter gear knit along. Now, Friday at noon is work time for a lot of people in North America.
It is. I happen to have the day off. It's my on-call day off. So
what I have been contemplating maybe doing, and I haven't discussed it with Diana, so here we go, live on recording. I'm thinking about just jumping on live later in the evening and just doing an e-knit-in, just a public, anybody can join on YouTube, e-knit-in for people who work during the day and want to cast on later in the evening and have company while they do so.
Yeah, we could do that.
It's a very chillaxed format. I mean, our live cast-ons are really chillaxed formats too. We're honest about it.
So basically have like a secondary cast on party. So like the big one at noon and then like a secondary.
Yeah, a relaxed pajama pant one in the evening.
Okay.
That way we can get everybody, just because it's a weekday and it's not a long weekend, it's not a holiday, it's harder, but I don't want to exclude anybody just because of the time zone they're in, if we can reach everybody. Does that make sense?
Fair.
Mostly it's because I can and I'm already going to be set up, so really what's the big deal to hop on later? It's not a big deal for me. They'll be probably after 7 o'clock Manitoba time, because I like joining in on the Friday night Fibre Friends group and they run till 7 p.m. Manitoba time. So we don't have a time for that yet?
We'll discuss. I will hey, I will make some thumbnails for the official live events that we're doing this week, because I've been saying that for 3 weeks now.
Sure. You might want to do that.
Yeah, I might want to do that.
Might want to do that.
Been on my to-do list all week. I haven't done it yet.
It's fun. There's lots of things on my to-do list that have been there for 3 or 4 weeks. That's how it works. And then because right after that Friday is the first Sunday of the month, we'll be live again.
Hey,
for the monthly live podcast, the first Sunday of the month. So that is a lot going on. That is also again at New Manitoba time. So much stuff, you guys.
So much live.
So much live. I like it. I enjoy it. Mostly because I don't have to edit. You don't have to make show notes. It's a nice break every month. It always feels weird, but it's a nice break.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I walk around Monday thinking I've forgotten something because I'm not editing.
Like, you don't have to do that today.
What?
Like me on Tuesday night, like, oh, I need to,
Nope.
get the audio up. Like, no, I've probably done that already.
Nope, it's a thing. It doesn't have to happen. So there you go. That is all the admin stuff. Important
Okay.
stuff.
Which just leaves us with literature, which is all you, because I didn't read books this week. I watched Critical Role, and I'm currently in the middle of the Exandria Unlimited wrap-up, and I just did a lot of Critical Role this week, which is kind of an audiobook, but so much longer.
Okay, because you'll be finishing EXU, then you're going to go back to campaign 2 and try to get as much of it done as you can before the season 3 starts?
Yes, it sounds like I have until October to get that done.
I don't know. We don't have like official word one way or the other.
I read something that like more official word was coming at the end of September, beginning of October. So
yeah.
And I imagine when they announce it, it'll be like, hey, it's happening the week after next, or like next week or something.
I need you to get to certain points because I've been waiting to squee with you for a very long time now.
Okay. Like the date between 2 characters that finally happened?
Oh, no, that was just delightfully good fun.
It was. It was so cute. It was so cute.
Because ninja cats. But
ninja corgis.
Ninja corgis, that's right. No, but yes. Well, fun. Not one of those, oh my God, spoiler drop moments that you need to watch. Because I want to talk about it with you, but I can't because I know you're not there yet.
Okay.
I'd very much like you to get there, please.
Working on it. They are currently in a plane of fiery maybe death.
Yes, that was
half the team's in the Happy Fun Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Half the team's in the Happy Fun Ball, and the other half is in hell, maybe.
Yep.
Unsure.
They're in some sort of fire plane. Yeah. Now that's a great one. Not. That's when we're like, excuse me, what now?
I'm excited to see where that goes.
Cool thread, cool beans. All right, that's a thing. So nope, that's good. You're getting closer, which is good. Very important things you need to know. But there's more stuff coming. More stuff coming. Stuff to do, things to go, places to see. I've been reading. That's just because all I do right now is listen to Magellan TV documentaries or listen to books. And realize my screen is really dark because I lowered the light so it wouldn't blow out the picture. Let's just turn that back up, shall we? All right. In the realm of I have way too much downtime on my hands, I have continued on with the Catherine Asario series, which is the Scolian saga. I finished the Radiant Seas. And with the completion of that, we have now left 1999, because that was when that was published.
Hey, welcome to the new millennium.
Welcome to the millennium. We're now, and then I read and finished Ascended Sun. And then I wasn't done because I can chain read these because they're included in my Audible subscription. So I'm chained, like, it's like I have an addiction. Like I get up in the morning and I start a new book and they're 10, 11, 12 hours. So like it's a whole day thing. And because I'm not on the computer that much, it's usually just me and my phone puttering around, crafting and doing stuff in the house or leaving. So it's just audiobook all the time. All the time right now. I started and finished The Quantum Rose. And then I started Spherical Harmonic. Notice I didn't say finished. And there's a reason I didn't say finished. Well, that is because the next book, and it's all been books this week, guys. The next book in the Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series came out for loan out of Libby, and I absolutely picked it up and started listening to it, which is The Dragon Reborn. It's only 625 pages. It's not even that much. So I am officially in the 2000s everywhere, because that was first published in 2002. And the current one I'm reading was also in the Catherine Osorio, I'm doing her last name wrong. In the Scolian Saga was also published in 2002. So I'm firmly into the new millennium now in both of these book series.
Nice.
But that is what, 4 or 5 books again this week?
I believe my Winnipeg library card, you mentioned Libby, and I'm like, I think my Winnipeg library card expires like tomorrow. And obviously I can't, go renew that. I really need to get to my new local library and get a library card so that I can have ebooks still.
So that's it. I feel like 4.5 books in 1 week is sufficient.
Yes, that is entirely sufficient and makes up for my lack of book. You've been critical rolling, and that's fair. I'm reduced to supercuts and quick things because I've already watched everything. So now I just watch the really funny bits. Other people have kindly mashed together into one 45-minute clip down from like a 4-hour long episode. Yes. Oh, when people do the animatics of certain scenes, I've watched some of those. Like, oh, this was a really cute scene, and like, oh, now it's got sort of animations, and like, this is just so cute. The amount of art that has spawned from Critical Role is just joyful. It brings me so much joy.
So good. I'm really, it's beautiful, beautiful storytelling. And I can't wait till we have a new campaign.
Even when I finish campaign 2, I still have all of campaign 1.
You do?
Which I'm in zero rush to get through, so that'll last me like years.
Yeah.
How long did campaign 1 go for? Wasn't that like at least 2 years all in its own?
Yeah, it's
like weekly episodes.
Yeah. Oh well. On the bright side, we survived another week, so I can say until next week. Oh my God, nope, until Sunday, because this goes out on Wednesday.
Friday. So this goes out on Wednesday. We're on Friday.
Oh my God! So until Friday. It's big till Wednesday or Friday or Sunday or later Friday or next week.
We'll see you very soon.
I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.